Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Anna Maria and this is the 18th episode in a series I'm doing about the witch trials. And in today's episode I will talk about Orkney. I will link the other episodes down below. I will remind everyone that the witch trials were brutal, and some of the themes I will take up can be distressing, especially when it comes to the punishments for the accused. So a warning for the episode. Before the witch trials started for real in the 1550s, magic was quite common and accepted. It was not a big thing to use magic, sorcery, or believing in supernatural things. And this goes as far back as the Norse settlers. But slowly that changed, and more people started to believe that witchcraft was heresy and connected to the devil. And then the Scottish Witchcraft Act of 1563 came in. And it became a crime to be connected to a witch, being a witch, or using witchcraft. The Orkney Islands were technically under Norwegian law before 1611, and then it fell under Scottish law. There were some witch trials before 1611, but there are hardly any records of it. It was in St. Magnus Cathedral where the accused got interrogated before they were taken to the execution place. One of the more famous cases from the early trials was the one of Alison Balfour. Alison, sometimes called Margaret, was from a village called Stenness in the Orkney mainland. She was married and had 2 children. Alison was someone that people came to learn how to cast spells and do other magical things. She was found out and arrested in 1594, and she was not taken to the cathedral like many others at the time. She was taken to Kirkwall Castle. And now comes the horrific part. And I will put a timestamp here to come back to if you don't want to know all the details. Alison was interrogated and tortured for 2 days, and the torture was brutal to say the least. Her skin was burnt by hot iron until she lost consciousness, and then they stopped the torture and started it again when she regained it. Even through all of this, she said that she was innocent. They then took her family in and started to torture her husband and then her son and daughter in front of her by crushing their fingers and other bones. And this was the breaking point for Alison. And she was promised that if she confessed, she wouldn't be executed. So she confessed. Despite the promise, she was sentenced to death. And she was going to be executed by strangulation and then burning. In her speech before she died, she maintained that she was innocent and she started to tell everyone what she had been through. But she still got executed in the end. Witch trials became really intense here between the years of 1615 and 1645. And the most common accusation was illnesses against animals or people. In 1615, Catherine Bigland was accused of raising the dead and making her master ill. Apparently she then cured her master by giving one of the servants the illness, but then gave it back to the master. So back and forth between people. She was executed by strangulation and then burning. After that, it was 14 people that were accused in the Orkney Islands for causing death or illness to people, and another 13 was accused for causing death of animals. In 1629, there was a woman called Janet Pendle that was accused for using healing powers that she got from the devil. She was executed. Another woman called Elspeth Broche confessed to have clairvoyance abilities and magical powers. She said that she got them when she was 12 years old. She also was accused of pretending to be mute. She said that she got pregnant when she was 13 to 14 years old and that it was by a fairy. She later confessed that she had intimate relations with a devil that took the form of a fairy. Elspeth was executed in 1616. 1708 seems to have been the year where the witch trials stopped. Most of them happened before 1650 though. In total it was 68 people that were accused of witchcraft during the trials in Orkney. And that was all for this episode about the witch trials in Orkney. In the next one I will talk about the witch trials in Virginia. If you like this episode, please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget the notifications, and I will see you in the next one.